Hey, Josh.
Yeah, Fooko.
You know what really puts a staff up my flaghole?
What is that?
When you go to a games and they move the location on you and then decide to put it into a giant dirt field with nothing but wind and dirt, and you got to play in this nonsense.
And nobody shows up.
And nobody's here, of course, yes. We came all the way out here for nothing. You got to love that. But then again, isn't really all of this for naught?
Yeah, I mean, I think the story of the pipe band experience is really that why are we here?
Complete waste of time. Let's just shut it down.
Shut it down. We're done. Chanarant's over. The pipe band's over. We're done.
Just flip off the switch. We're out of this.
Power it down. Hello, everyone. My name is Josh. Welcome to the Chanarant podcast. With me, as always, is my bearded, bespoken co-host, Mr. Andy Fooko.
That's me.
And if you didn't know, I'm here to let you know that this is an explicit show, even though we are live from a beer tent and we're about to get in trouble for saying this as loudly as we are. You have 5 seconds to listen to something else. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck. Okay, we kept it quiet that one. That was a very conservative fuck.
Yeah, we're trying not to recreate last year when we completely got in trouble and got thrown out.
Yeah, that was a year ago. That we the lost episode of us trying to do one in Flagstaff and just completely shitting the bed.
Yeah, we've learned since then, I like to think. Probably not, but
I think today will be the decider of whether or not we've learned, and it's probably no. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. You can like us on Facebook, Instagram, if you're Australian, Snapchat. Follow us on Twitter. Hit us up at chanarant@gmail.com with your voicemails and emails. We have a great interview we're going to get to later today from the one and only Uncle Chop. Become a patron, patreon.com/Chanarant. You could support the show and these 2 delicious beers Andy and I are drinking in the beer tent at Flagstaff Highland Games right fucking now.
yeah, thanks, everybody. We're going to... Cheers.
Sunday fun day, my dude.
Yeah, it is. This is the hangover day. This is the slow-moving... We got up early for P-Brock, apparently. And it's... Well, it's early for me. I got up at 8-ish. That was a bit rough. Actually, it wasn't so bad. I got some sleep last night.
I was about to say, you didn't go on the sesh last night.
I did not. We got hammered at the games, and then I made the mistake of not drinking for a few hours, and we went to dinner, and then I just crashed big time. So, yeah, it wasn't that much fun. I was basically useless.
Well, hopefully not completely useless to your companion.
I don't know.
It's like pushing a wet rope through a black hole.
That I wouldn't know. I was asleep.
Oh, so she did you in your sleep.
My butt was a little sore this morning. I'm not sure what she was using. Maybe we didn't bring Dilly. I haven't seen Dilly since last night, huh?
Hey, Andy, it's me.
Damn it! I knew he would get back at me. So. Anyway.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the Indian food. It was potentially some foreign object.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we did go to India, and that was a pretty fun place. Yeah, we enjoyed ourselves.
That was damn good food. Yeah. Anybody that doesn't go to Indian food on the Saturday night of a Highland Games, well, are you even doing it right?
Yeah, like why go to pizza? Go to Indian. That's the thing, man. That's why that's the only good thing about being in a pipe band. Is like you go to Indian food all the fucking time.
I mean, granted, we nearly got thrown out of the establishment.
Yeah, we were up to shenanigans. We were a little bit drunk, and we sat near the front door and then cheered every time somebody came in. And
every time someone came in, it was, yay!
They looked at us very confused, like, and they'd smile because they're like, wait, what's going on? And then we'd ask them to sit with us sometimes, and they wouldn't. But hey, mostly we did this because we invited a bunch of people to come, and nobody came. It was just like 4 of us. And we had a big table. We had no one to sit with, so we thought we'd invite the people coming in through the door to, join us. But nobody did.
It's a good way to make new friends.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and we're all about making new friends on Chanarant and alienating old ones.
Absolutely. Like the good people that we've known for years, we just fuck those relationships up. We're always making new ones so we can fuck up new ones, right? So,
yeah, we need to have a constant supply of human collateral to use for our jokes.
Exactly. Oh God. So, what else is going on around here? Oh my God.
So how did the contest go for the band that shall not be named yesterday? In your opinion, Mr. Pipe Major?
Well, so it's very hot and dry here. Insanely hot and dry. We're in a dirt field. I was covered in dirt, and it's 7,000.
My shoes are fucking destroyed.
Yeah, totally. I'm gonna bring them someplace professional when we get home to clean them up. But we're at 7,000 feet, and we got the trouble, the Flagstaff High G, we call it. It's like a high C. It's so sharper than the high A. Believe it or not, I don't know how that's physically possible from a physics standpoint. But the high G is sharper than the high A when you're up here. So we did deal with that, and the contest went okay. We had one person that was never competed before in the circle or in the U because we have no drums, so it's not really a circle. And
Who was new?
the teenager. I don't know if you want me to say.
Oh, no. You don't need to say her name. But no, I didn't know that she had never played before. I could have sworn.
Competed, yeah, no. She was supposed to and then missed both contests this year, remember? Oh, shit. So that was her first time and her last time because she's leaving to college in a month. So,
so at least her first and last performance was lackluster.
Yes, at least it was terrible and a horrible location at 7,000 feet.
The worst possible conditions.
So I think
Well, it wasn't raining.
Well, yeah, well, at least it wasn't like Lurgan.
Usually it hails. Usually it rains and hails in Flagstaff. So at least it wasn't raining or hailing.
Very true. Yeah. So I mean, it went okay. I don't know. It was what you'd expect for the last contest of the year when everybody's given up mentally and emotionally and spiritually. It was okay. It's not much of a contest here. It's 3 bands, and we played for sheets as usual. So a whole bunch of new people earned their yellow flashes. We have another new guy playing today, Bill. You guys know Bill. Fireman Bill, and he's going to be playing the MSR with us today, so that's exciting. Somebody else in on the action.
Yeah, well, it's good. It's good just to clear the pipes, just to get one under his belt, with it's relatively low stakes.
Relatively low? I would say absolutely low.
Absolutely zero stakes.
0 stakes whatsoever. Nobody cares. Yeah, man, it's going to be good. I figure we'll play everybody today regardless and give some experience. I mean, I was actually having this conversation with Lauren this morning about, is it worth coming to Flagstaff for us?
No.
I mean, generally, if we were actually in a competing situation, no, I would agree with that. Why are we here? But we need experience, and it's close, and it's probably the cheapest one to get to and have to deal with. So, why go to Pleasanton when we're just going to get disqualified anyway, So, I mean, it depends on your angle, I think. But, I mean, it's good experience. At least Bill gets another run, and some people get to stand in front of judges another time. And
when they get to meet, the biggest thing for me, too, is it's good. It's kind of a good spot. Flagstaff is a good spot to meet other pipers in the Southwest, people that are from our area, because everyone comes through the school, and they all tend to try to come to this event to do solos.
Oh, absolutely. That Lauren brought that up, too. She's like, it's nice to see friends and people we know and the judges we know, because everybody's attended the school at one point or another. So, yeah, that's the positive. You get to see a lot of the cool people that you know, like all the guys from Phoenix and Len, of course, and all the other bands here, Tucson and Glendale and all that.
It's always a pleasure seeing Len because he really doesn't have that much time left. I mean,
he's way closer to the end than he was at the beginning.
he's got to be like 106 right now.
He told me his age yesterday. I'm not going to out him, but I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, really?
Well, and it's funny. I mentioned this to him yesterday. I was like, since you kind of he took a step back. He's not doing the leadership role of that band anymore. He looks like he's aging backwards. I was like, you look 5 years younger since you. And he only stopped managing Phoenix 2 years ago? Not even.
He stepped down as pipe major 2 years ago, maybe 3 now. And but he just stepped down from the band a few months ago. He retired from playing in competition bands a couple months ago, and
he looks amazing.
So yeah, he's actually the same age as my father. I didn't know that. That shocks me because he's so spry, and he's still out here doing this fucking thing at that age. My God,
he was absolutely glowing. Now that he is not involved with the band anymore, maybe that's the secret, Fusco. We could quit the band and we would stop aging.
Oh, I'm sure of that. The gray in my beard would definitely go away.
The gray in my hair, dude. I'm getting it. I don't have the beard, so I'm getting up top. I'm getting my barber's like, holy shit, you're going gray fast. I was like, I'm owning it. I don't care. I'm going for it.
That's very normal though. You're of that age where it happens. It's not abnormal, but
I mean mostly the pubes. That's what's going gray first.
Once that happens, you shave anyway, right? I assume.
No, I mean I keep it a fairly kempt mane down there. Really? Yeah, I don't want them to think I'm a goddamn Ken doll. I don't want to look like a little lady boy.
I thought you were a millennial. I thought that's what you guys do. I don't even know.
Nah, dude, I got pubes, man. I got so much pubes you don't even know. Title of the episode 77. I got so much pubes you don't even know.
Oh Jesus! Well, that didn't take long to get into that, did it? Speaking of pubes, I have pubes on my ass. You were talking about that this weekend.
Yeah, we were talking about because one of the stories that we're going to keep super vague and will probably make it into a future Dirtbag Olympics involved you being very naked in our shared Airbnb. and it looked like you had buckwheat and a fucking headlock and your ass cracked.
Hey, man, listen. When you get to be as aged as me, it's I can't really see back there to do anything about it. So I just let it grow wild, man.
It's gotta be nuts, dude. That's like every poop's gotta be like going through a colander at that point.
That's
It's like shitting through steel wool.
next time you take a shit, try to put it through steel wool. See what happens. That'll be pretty amazing, actually.
You'll never look at a Play-Doh commercial the same way again.
Definitely. Well, this descended fast, people. We were actually talking about pipe band stuff.
We were 10 minutes in. Okay, so getting back to pipe band stuff, we got our MSR today. We're going to play everyone for the experience. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think? We talked about kind of getting to see your friends. It's kind of like a big reunion when you get to go to Flagstaff and see your friends. What do you think are the other benefits of these kind of smaller events that are in this area? In the desert branch of Vuspaba.
Smaller events, this and like Prescott, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Benefits. Well, you get to drink a lot. I mean, it's like the Vegas games, only smaller and more expensive. So,
and not as good.
Not as good. So there's that.
Sorry, I'm pretty biased on that one, but I feel like empirically we can say.
Well, yeah, and it's not in a dirt lot. But I mean, this is their first year at this location. I'm going to let them figure this out a year and then decide. But
I love being surrounded by beautiful shaded tree cover that's outside of the fence where I have to complete in this fucking dirt lot.
Yeah, it is awful. Like there's tree, we could see them. We can see the shade.
So close to the trees.
But they fenced this all into this dirt lot, and we're not allowed into the trees. So we're completely fucked. And so thus, I don't know, other benefits to that? I mean, other than what we've already discussed, as in people get reps in a less pressure situation. But don't we want to put them in high pressure situations all the time? I mean, I don't know.
I think it's also, there's a good amount of sesh.
Oh, yeah. Flagstaff's, well, for one, Flagstaff's a great town. There's that. So, man, it's always hopping. It blows my mind when we were walking through Flagstaff last night, and, like, there's people everywhere. Like, it's like downtown Vegas, only without the homeless. Begging money for it. But it's wild, man. It's such a party town. And then Prescott, it's kind of similar. They have a pretty good sesh there, too, from what I remember. It's these northern Arizona people. I don't know. They're a wild group here, I guess. I don't know.
They like to fucking rage, dude.
Yeah, they do. And they have lots of breweries and apparently a honey mead place that we're staring at right now, some sort of homegrown honey mead something or other. I think honey mead is probably saying it twice, isn't it? I suppose. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's not 104, so we get a weekend out, I guess. I don't know. Benefits?
We invented the newest show.
What's that? Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. That was a drunken idea, and we still remember it. So we came up with a new show. People, we're going to let you know now. Channeran is on the way out. We're gonna shut this thing down pretty soon here. And then we came up with a new idea for a show with starring Josh and MLK. Do you want to talk about it?
No, I feel like they'll see the trailer.
Yeah. Let's just tease it, and then we'll talk about it again next time a little bit.
So, dude, Aaron brought it up on stage.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did he say? I didn't. I left by this point.
So he was saying, like, he was doing this intro for one of their sets at the Green Room. Is Aaron Shaw of the Tinkers, and he's like, yeah, so this, it's gonna be kind of an ethereal performance. It's gonna be like kind of like a trip through time. And if you're interested in time travel, the makers of Channeran have a new show coming out soon that you should check out.
Did you say the name of it?
No, he didn't. He didn't say the name.
We won't say it either here, but keep your eyes out, people. The new radio play presented by Channeran Studios.
Yeah, we pitched it. We pitched it to Aaron, and he thought it was great.
Yeah. I mean, it's a ridiculous idea, but most things that come out of our mouths are ridiculous, or go into them, quite frankly.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. What kind of ridiculous things went into your mouth last night?
No comment. I'm not going to talk about that today.
Dirtbag Olympics 6.
Hey, you're the one out in the sesh. I just went home and went to bed. I don't know about you.
I was on the sesh, yeah. So I ended up out. You guys left, and then I had a drunk MLK that I was hanging out with. She was just wasted.
Yes, we gave some of our friends the experience of drunk MLK last night because she got that hammered where you got to keep an eye on her because she'll do weird shit. She just starts digging through her purse and she says she's going for a smoke and then fucking gets herself into trouble somewhere. And she's so funny because
or she'll go for a smoke and you find her face down in the fucking street.
It's so funny to watch her because you can tell there's nobody home and it's just you just watch her from afar, and it's very funny, like to see her stumble around and try to figure out where she's going. You could probably play a pretty cool game of what's Kelly gonna do next, like what is in her brain right now that she's gonna go do.
So as we were waiting through the 6.5 hour Wicked Tinkers sound check, we had some beers, and then I think they played a quick set. They were playing, I think, when we left. And you guys took off, and then me and Kelly went to go catch the Plowboys, because the Plowboys were playing at the Gopher Hole, and they were only playing until midnight, and the Wicked Tinkers were going to play until 4 o'clock in the morning because they started so late.
Did you stay the whole time?
So I went to the Gopher Hole. I got the last set of the Plowboys, which fantastic fucking band. If you're one of the 6 and you like Celtic music, I would check out the Plowboys out of California. They're painfully talented for how what shit gigs they get.
Wait, what do you mean shit? Oh, shit gigs you said. Sorry.
I'm blown away by how talented they are and the shitty gigs they play.
I actually was curious. I thought we might talk to them today if we get a chance to do it. I want to talk to them about what it's like to do the circuit, to do this nonsense circuit, but be like a real band that plays this nonsense on a regular.
Because a lot of them play in other bands too. A lot of them are session musicians.
Are they? Yeah, I figured they must be doing something else than this nonsense. But I mean, I'm sure this is probably a good gig, because there's a lot of them throughout the year on the West Coast. And
what does it take if you're a gigging session musician in Los Angeles to fucking drive out to Flagstaff, Arizona to play the Gopher Hole?
I didn't have the pleasure of seeing the Gopher Hole, but I can imagine, based on what the green room looked like, what an amazing place it was.
The Gopher Hole is actually pretty nice. It's a little basement bar. It's one of those weird ones that I can only find when I'm drunk.
Yeah. Just like you found the green room when we were drunk last night.
Dude, everyone doubted me.
I didn't doubt you. The other two were definitely doubting you. Like, no, it's another way. No, you just keep going through alleys. This is what Josh said. You keep going through alleys. Trust me, I know it's in an alley somewhere. So we just kept traveling through alleys. I thought we were gonna get mugged,
and then we were there.
And all of a sudden, there it was. I'm going on record. I did not doubt you. I just kept following you. I was out for
you. You know that my drunk navigation skills are top.
They really are. You had lots of practice in Reno trying to find anything useful while you were drunk. So I understand that. Yeah.
I'm like a dive bar divining rod. You pour a couple beers in me, I will find a dive bar.
Absolutely. My God, it's shocking his ability to do this. Yeah. So it's all.
They call to me.
Here's another funny story about Josh. He shows up Saturday morning, and all the soloists are doing their solos and stuff, right? And he's like, "Hey, anybody want a nipper?" He brings it. He's got his flask out, right? So he takes a hit of it, and he's like, this is weird. This is interesting, Scotch. And and Daniela was about to play, so he's like, "Hey, you want a hit before you go play? Take an edge off." Oh, you were confused though. I saw it in your eyes.
I took one nip, and I took a big old swig, and I'm just like, that's fucking tequila.
Something's wrong with this picture. And then you gave it to Danielle, and she hit it. And she's like, wait a minute, that's, what is it called?
Añejo. So I take a taste. I'm like, that's tequila. And Danielle's like, are you sure? Let me check. And I hand it to her, and she's like, oh yeah, that's tequila.
And I'm so glad I didn't hit that. I would have thrown up immediately.
It was a rough start to the morning.
Can you imagine the shock of having tequila when you're expecting Scotch?
At 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, oh my God. So that was a fun story. Did that ever get drank, or is it still sitting somewhere?
I just threw it out the window of the car as I was driving back to the hotel.
It's probably a good idea. That's what I would think of tequila as well. I can't touch the shit, but so what other funny shit happened?
I didn't even get through the rest of my story. So me and MLK, she's fading pretty fast. So I took her to the Gopher Hole to see the Plowboys because everyone loves the Plowboys. They did their last set. Her hotel was right there. She was staying downtown. So I dropped her off at her hotel. She's like, you're going home, right? And I was like, absolutely. No. So I went back out on the sesh.
Oh. Where'd you go?
I went back to the green room.
Was there shit still happening?
Oh yeah, the boys were still playing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's got to be awesome.
So I was back at the green room. I caught the tail end of the Tinkers set. And then I was just hanging out, having beers, enjoying myself. And guess who shows up? Goddamn Aaron appears. Aaron Campbell.
Oh, he made it out?
He materialized.
We all thought he died.
I found out later that apparently he went in his room and passed out, and then woke up at 10 o'clock and then went out. So I ran into him. So we were hanging out, catching up, having a good time. And then the fucking girls from the show. Remember the ones that were in front of us, the Wicked Tinkers show?
The hammered drunk ones or whatever? Yeah.
They showed up.
Oh, really?
So we were hanging out with them, shooting shit, hanging out. And they had these two fucking guys that were creeping on him that were like, have you ever seen the movie Funny Games, where it's like the two serial killer dudes that are like they're like in their early 20s and they're like serial killers?
No.
So it was they immediately reminded me of that because they just like had that fucking serial killer stare.
Yeah.
You know. I'm like, okay, well this is weird. And it was so funny because Aaron was immediately on it. Like him and I got triggered at the exact same time. We're like, our spidey sense is going off.
So then what happened?
So we're sitting there and like we're talking to these guys and they're drunk and they're trying, like the guy was trying to do an accent thing. He tried to do an Australian accent for a really long time, which was peculiar to me. And then we're like,
Wait,
yeah,
one of them was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like, we know you're not Australian, but good on you. The other guy was just blackout murdery. And it was so funny because like they're getting to the point where they're so drunk, and they're like, the two girls are sitting next to me and Aaron, and we're hanging because this is obviously why they came over to sit with us because like, these guys were creeping them the fuck out. So we're hanging out and just talking whatever, and these guys are like, I remember distinctly that one point one of the guys just like leans over, and is like, dude, if you're like, if she's not even gonna fuck you, let's just go, man.
Oh come on, you know we've had this conversation.
We're like, this is like loudly at the and we're all just sitting there like, we can all hear you, dude.
Well, that's fair. I mean, I don't know.
So then we're out. So like everyone, they're closing down. They close down the bar, and we're like, okay, well, so we hung out with these chicks while they're getting their Ubers because we're fucking gentlemen. And so they get in their Ubers, they leave. Aaron gets his Uber, he leaves, and I'm by myself at this point with another guy that was like getting a cab out of the bar. And these two had like bailed at that point. They were gone. I was like, okay, thank goodness the fucking serial killers left. So then I'm like, Aaron gets in his car and leaves. And the moment his car pulls away, these two fuckers come out of the parking lot, back out of the woodwork.
Oh no, really?
Yeah. And they come up to me.
Uh-oh.
And they're like, hey, like I just need to charge my phone, man. Like, can you help me charge my phone? My phone's out. I can't get a ride. I'm like, no, I'm standing in the fucking street.
What are you gonna do?
And I was like, no, I'm good. And like, oh, like I've got this like house, I got this like lake house that my parents are renting for us. Like it's on this like, it's like this resort lake house. Like, you know, can we just bum a ride with you and like you'll drop us off there? And I was like, no, dude, I'm not getting murdered tonight. Like, thanks for playing our game. And I'm sitting there, I'm like talking to these guys like this, where I've got like one hand on the blade. You know, I'm like,
yeah, it's a little scary out there.
I mean, there's some decent. The one guy wasn't very tall, but he's pretty fit, and the other guy was ginormous. He was like 6'9", and skinny, and just creepier than hell.
They're very rapey. You got a real rapey vibe, even for you.
Yeah, like I mean, I hang out with Andy Fusco, and I thought these guys were rapey. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to have to stamp someone in the goddamn street in Flagstaff at 2:00 in the morning.
Hey, come on over. You can sit.
We're not gonna say anything too inappropriate. I promise.
Yeah, well, you'll be fine. We won't do anything horrible to you. Yeah, go.
But yeah, so that was the sesh. It was it got weird,
as it usually does in these hill towns, these mountain towns like Prescott and this place.
Yeah, this was like full on Hills Have Eyes shit.
Yeah. Hey, we have a special guest with us today.
Oh, we do. We have Daniela. She is not one of the six.
No, she's definitely not. But I do want to say something on the air and just bring this up is congratulations to Daniela, who I'm going to say must be the aggregate winner for grade 4 today because she won almost everything.
Yeah, she's got to be.
Yeah, what'd you get, 2 seconds, a first, and a third?
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty confident the other kid that was close to you didn't win and didn't get anything in P-Brock as far as I could tell.
Also, we broke his legs earlier.
Won aggregate this weekend. That's pretty awesome. How do you feel about that?
Amazing.
Good set. You're having a beer now, so do you feel more relaxed now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Were you stressed out this morning?
Yes, I was.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
No.
No. So this is the second time. Like you at La Vegas games won aggregate as well, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're doing pretty well in grade 4. You want to make the move to grade 3, you think?
Yeah, I'm planning on doing it this year because.
You prepared for like what that's going to take?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, she's gonna have to move up, dude, because she killed everybody this weekend. Like,
yeah. Eventually, people start giving you the stink eye when you win all the time. They don't like it.
that's why I'm moving back to grade 4.
There you go. Just so you want to get the stink eye.
I just want to have a bunch of medals I'm gonna immediately throw away.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's been a while since you've won anything, so you might need to.
I mean, I feel like I'm winning at life.
Well, based on last night's story, I'm not so sure.
The fact that I'm still breathing means I won last night's story.
That's a good point. Very good point. So
I thought for sure, and it was so funny. Aaron he's like, yeah, I saw that when I was pulling out these guys. I was like, fuck, should I have this guy turn around? Should I go back? And he's like, nah, Josh is fine. He can handle himself.
Yeah, well, you did fine. You handled it, right? So
luckily, I'm consistently armed to the teeth.
speaking of our,
Speaking of armed to the teeth, we have a beautiful friend of ours here, Mr. Jeremy Tyree.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Big old JT, how'd it go today?
Well, it's hot already, so we have our MSR here in about 2 hours, and we're gonna freaking knock it out of the park.
We're gonna kick it in the dick.
That's right, what he said.
kick a dick. That's an old reference. So, Jeremy, you played grade 3 solos yesterday, yeah?
I did, and on my 2-4, I got blasted by a dust devil, which sucked. But
Okay. Yeah.
Other than that,
What's your excuse for the Strass Bay reel then?
there was none. The reel was quite nice, thank you very much. The Strass Bay, Josh, would you say it didn't have the funk?
Yeah, I told Jeremy, like, technically I thought it was pretty good. I thought he hit the notes correctly in the correct order, but it lacked balls.
That's a good review. You hit the notes in the right order, so that's...
You hit the correct notes in the correct order. It's just it didn't have any swang to it, you know.
Swang, that's a good one. That's a
It
new
was
one.
a Strass Bay march. Yeah. That's what it was.
But your 6.8 had hella swang.
The 6.8 had some funk in the trunk. Wait, that didn't make sense.
Yeah, wait. We make up terms here. This is what we do. It's okay.
Yeah, we got funky.
Hashtag funk in the trunk.
Yeah, we got funky on the bollock aisle.
I'd say the 6.8 had all the swagger that the Strass Bay was missing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll have to work on that Strass Bay
Yes,
stylings, if you will.
in the fourth part of Arthur Bignall of Lacrosse.
Is that how you say that?
Yeah. I used to say lock arrest, but I got throat punched. So
Somebody throw punched you?
no.
Okay. I was gonna say like, nobody's shaking you on.
Well, they
I
did.
haven't been to any funerals lately, so no.
Well, they did, but they no longer exist.
Right.
So,
So have you enjoyed the weekend? What do you think of like this games?
I do not like this venue. The Fox Glen Park was much better.
At
This
least
is
just on grass, right?
this is ridiculous. The drums sound like crap on rock dirt. Well, we don't have drums, so we don't have to worry about it. Our drums sound great.
Yeah,
but
Our drums sound
our drums are awesome.
Yeah, we got great reviews from the audience yesterday because we weren't marred by drums. That's what somebody told me.
I didn't say that, drummer friends. But yeah, there's no shade. We're out in the sun. It's freaking hot. It's dry.
You got to keep in mind, there are no Chanarant listeners that are drummers. That involves knowing how a computer works.
Right. They're all essentially Cro-Magnons, you know what I mean?
The first scene in 2001: A Space Odyssey where the monkeys are just beating the monolith with a bone.
Yes, I have.
That's like a pipe band drummer.
But my wife's a tenor drummer, so I got to be careful.
Yeah, but she could do our job and just chooses not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, what is the progress of getting her into the band here? We need tenor drummers.
Well, I'm working on it, so that'll be more to follow.
She wait and
I
see
guess.
if snare core comes together. Snorkel core.
Wait, guys, are we training a new snorkel corps?
Might as well.
Might as well be. I mean, at least they'll be quiet. Yeah. So anyway, J Dog's wife is playing and learning tenor and stuff. So we got to get her into the band, and that shall not be named.
I don't want to
Just a tenor?
I don't want to put too many like ideas in your head, but what if you just say you're going to divorce her if she doesn't join the band?
I would not divorce her over this. Sorry.
No, she's way too good.
I've got a good one. I ain't letting that one go.
Fair play.
If she puts up with you, she's a good one.
Exactly.
Dude, she puts up with us, which is amazing.
And I don't sleep with you guys, so
We did completely. Remember? Okay, so here's what happened last year, right? Last year at the Flagstaff Games, we had J Dog on the show, and we completely went into Chanarant mode and just said, "Fuck this, fuck everything, fuck."
Yeah,
and his kids were sitting right next to him, and she was standing. She was like,
Shut it down.
"What is going down? All right, we're out. Everybody's done."
That is the growth of a year, though.
Yeah, see, we haven't done that, or at least we got the kids away before we did all that.
Well, I appreciate that as a father.
So, I mean, they're gonna hear it eventually, but it doesn't have to be from us. I know.
Okay, wait a minute. Do any of them have access to an Xbox Live? If any of these children have access to an Xbox Live, they've heard way worse than what we say.
Yes.
Funny story. I took Bryson in one of the You know, like the common rooms that we all go hang out in at band camp?
Oh, yeah. Oh, with the other adults?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, I walked him in, and then he went in the corner, and Hank Sullivan
Oh, yes.
didn't see him, and he just dropping F-bombs left and right.
As a fireman would.
Yeah, and I was giving him the stank eye, right? And he looked over and saw Bryson, and he felt horrible about it. I was like, Bryson, let's go, let's get out of here. And Bryson walked past him. He's like, hey, I've heard worse.
He plays Xbox.
And
of
they
course
kept
he-
walking out and made him feel even worse, man.
Oh my
It was
God.
funny.
The funniest thing about playing games online is like the adults are by no means the worst. The kids are like trying to prove themselves, and they're just fucking fuck this, fuck that, N-word this, faggot that.
I have never been called a gay faggot N-word more times than on Xbox Live by a 12-year-old on Xbox.
It's like kids trying to like prove themselves. They're just such assholes. It's amazing. Yeah. Oh my God. Dude,
They're like telephone tough guys.
Oh, absolutely.
But on Xbox.
Absolutely. Yeah. 'Cause you can't do anything. What are you gonna do about it? You just mute them or whatever. But
Go to Rebecca's stand and beat them up.
it's so funny. So like Pipe Band's got nothing on Xbox Live. I tell you what. So yeah, but your kid was at the school this year. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, my son, my youngest son, came with me this year. I've been teaching for about 2 years. He took last year off because he's playing recorder in school. So he competed first time in grade 5 practice chanter, and he won a first place.
That's awesome.
And he's doing well, and he
Played pipes at the school. We saw a video of him playing.
Yeah, he played
at the pub night.
He
thing.
played with a snare drummer.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
so, yeah, it was good.
He played also when we did the Havasu gig.
Yeah, in Havasu, he went up on stage without my permission and started playing in front of about 2,500 people.
Without your permission,
Without
you just
my
went up there.
Well, I tried to stop him, but it was too late.
He went.
Now that's a kid.
Well, and then he played with us too.
He played the Marines hymn with us, and he soloed Amazing Grace for the...
I remember because speaking of teaching your children foul language, he was getting real nervous about this Amazing Grace solo, and I can't remember if I think it was you that came up to me like, hey, can you talk to him real quick and like, can you like calm him down a bit? I was like, yeah, no problem, man. And I walked up and I was like, hey, he's like, what? I was like, you ready? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, I want you to kick this tune in the penis, and he started laughing.
And he did.
He started laughing, and I'm like, see, now you're laughing. Now you're not thinking about it anymore. Go play. Now's the time. Go play.
Hey, can you say that to me before we do our MSR?
Oh yeah, dude, I'll say dirtier things to you.
No, I feel good about the MSR, so it's going to be a good day.
It's actually a fantastic segue. We are about to get ready for Smash Bands, and then we're going to do a little bit of Man on the Street for our topic of the week. But while we are off sweating in the heat and staring at Kevin Conquest's perfectly plaid ass
In his trues.
we actually have a special treat for the Chanarant audience, the first ever Chanarant Down Under.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. We have the first clip, the first shot at Chanarant Down Under from Uncle Chop. He interviews Kyle Warden, the pipe major of Hawthorne Pipe Band, and they're going to talk about stuff about their concert that just happened last week, so hopefully you were there. They also got recordings. We're going to we're going to go back in time, and we're going to put in clips of the concert that they recorded. And Uncle Chop, man, thanks for doing this. You're the best, and we look forward to more from Chanarant Down Under.
Can we go back in time and redo that segue?
I'm just going to fuck it up again, so what's the difference?
Here's Uncle Chop.
G'day Randers, Uncle Chop here, sitting down in the back of the pub after the big concert with the Hawthorne City Pipe Band. They're taking flight, and sitting down with Pipe Major Kyle Warren. Hey Kyle, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. How are you?
Very, very well. Now that I've had a couple of beers to lubricate the system, and I'm pretty sure that everybody else in the pub's well lubricated as well.
Definitely.
Just a couple of little questions. I won't keep it for too long. But how was the road leading up to the concert?
Yeah, it was a busy road. Busy. Obviously, we put this in kind of the wheels in motion some time ago, and you put your music together, and then we actually had the kids band. So I teach at a local school here as well. So we had the kids band over for the European Championships just kind of prior to this concert. So for 2 weeks I've been in Scotland, and then just so happened a couple of weeks before that we had quite an illness in the family as well, you know. So they're both the little girls were in hospital, which is very heavy. So in terms of a build-up to a concert, probably not ideal at all. But in the end, I think we put a lot of kind of the foundations in place that it came together very well on the night. You know, I think we're all kind of enjoying our night here in the pub after a good concert, and I think that kind of planning and preparation kind of helps you through a bit of a kind of funny month, I guess. A little bit unexpected somewhat, but it was a good night in the end, and we all enjoyed it, and hopefully obviously everyone that came along enjoyed it too.
Bloody lovely. So a lot of bagpipe playing and a lot of travelling and not a lot of sleep.
Exactly, pretty much for me in my role. Anyone that's kind of in a leadership role in a band will know how hard it is and how little thanks you get, but that's all part of the job. So it's a lot to put on a concert, and then it's not just the musical side of it, which is kind of what I guess the audience kind of sees and hears most, but it's all the other logistical stuff. It's a big task, and I think for us this was part of a fundraiser to try and help the band to get to the world. So we've learned a lot, through this, and I think now once you start something, it's kind of easy to keep it going. So I'd like to feel that we can do this semi-regularly in the future, and it's good to get the boys on stage and go through the motions, a bit more pressure than your average band practice, obviously playing in front of an audience. So there's so much to be gained from doing a concert. It's not just trying to raise some funds for the band, but it's certainly kind of going through a whole night of playing under pressure and musically, building your repertoire, having the pipes going well because you're playing so much, so the stamina's getting built there as well. And you take a little bit of focus on the contest sets, which is kind of good in a way as well, because you got to keep it fresh for everyone as well. If you just play your 3 contest sets over and over and over, it probably gets a little bit tiring in the end. So I think all in, I've been very keen since I've led the band to try and do things that have more than just one outcome. So tonight, I would say we've got 3, 4, 5 outcomes from a very positive night and an enjoyable night, and hopefully that's what the audience felt as well.
Yes, and from a spectator or a paying patron point of view, the night was sensational. It went off well. The kids' bands were sensational. The National Youth Pipe Band of Australia and Scotch College, absolutely incredible. And thank you very much for putting on a good show. So all this kind of a mentality, did you gain this from your time at Field Marshal under Richard?
I think coming here, it's been a real eye-opener for me, coming from Scotland and being so ingrained with the culture there, where piping is in the culture for sure, and obviously Northern Ireland, it's such a strong scene over there, an incredibly strong scene, so they're very aligned, I guess, Scotland and Northern Ireland or Ireland in general. Coming here, it's a little bit, it's not quite in the culture as such, so you have to try and support that or create that culture. So having the school, it's a big thing in Scotch College. The pipes and drums are right up there with other aspects of the school. Like the school's very well known for its rowing success or its orchestra, for example. But when you're the other side of the world, a pipe band doesn't really stand out as being something to be involved in. So it's quite interesting being down here, far away from the home of piping, but trying to create that interest, from the youth. So the Youth Pipe Band tonight, the National Youth Pipe Band of Australia, they're obviously off to Belfast towards the end of the year to perform in a tattoo. It's fantastic to see the interest in the youth. I think the interest is always going to be there, but down this side of the world, you just have to show them that it's an option, it's something to do. I think in Scotland, it's very clearly an option. You see pipe bands everywhere, you see piping everywhere. Over here, you have to try and go and create that interest in it. And I think once you've got young people interested in what you do, it's quite easy to take them along on the journey. Like anything, once you hook them in, you've got them. So we're a competitive sport, a musical sport. And certainly in the boys' school that I'm with and teaching, it's a massive thing that gets them interested. They like sport. So the fact that it's a musical sport, the music part doesn't really separate from their minds. They want to win on the field when they've got the footy strip on. They want to win on the field when they've got the kilt on. So it's pretty interesting to be in that kind of dynamic, I guess, or that kind of scene. And it's been very enjoyable to be trying to just help that, I guess, and trying to keep what's been a very successful scene over the years, the Victorian piping scene. So hopefully we're trying to contribute to that in any way we can.
Trying to push and evolve the whole rest of it along. So, but anyway, I just have one final question. Now, since you are part of the machine of robots that is Field Marshal, did you have a whole lineup of ladies tonight thinking, oh my God, this guy is amazing. We all just want to suck your dick. Was there any?
I'm okay.
Was there a lineup of ladies?
Probably not. No, and I'm sure my wife would be happy to hear that as well. So it's that time in the band was phenomenal for me. You know, I played in the band 2011 to 2014. I played in the band for 4 years. We won 4 World Championships, 2 Grand Slams, 4 Champion of Champions, 17 major titles out of 20. It feels like a bit of a dream now. It does feel like a wee while ago. It was a very special time to be in the band. You know, probably I think in terms of taking 4 years as a snippet of 4 years in the history of pipe bands, it was the most successful period in pipe band history for 4 years. You know,
and a lot of pipers, it's almost like a goal.
Oh, 100%.
I wish that I could be that good, but unfortunately, I'm not sure. Maybe if I practice 17 hours a day and sleep 2 and go to work for 3, that'll be fine. But.
Oh, it does take a lot. You know, I think the pressure starts in yourself, your own expectations, before, you know, the pipe major or anyone else puts those expectations on you. So my dream was to play in the band. The success or the winning major championships or anything was kind of secondary to just wanting to play under, for me, like, you know, to play under Richard Parks. And to put it in the football terms, as much as I'm a Liverpool fan, you know, Richard for me is Sir Alex Ferguson of pipe bands. You know, he's the greatest pipe major for me. So to learn under him was a special opportunity, and the success was obviously great to be a part of. But it was an added bonus. You know, for me, I just wanted to play in that circle, and I remember what it was like watching that circle for years as a youngster, wishing I was in there. So to be in there was a phenomenal time. Miss it greatly being out of it, obviously. It's obviously nice to be here in Melbourne and to be a part of the scene here and trying to achieve what we're trying to achieve with Hawthorn. And the band has been a great one in the past, and we want to take it back there. So it's very easy to get excited about, you know, getting the pipe sighting on your shoulder and having a practice when you've got clear goals. But at the same time, it was one of the best periods of my, not only my piping career, but just pretty much the best period of my life, I guess. Very special time, you know.
Wonderful. All right. Well, the barman has called last drinks, so we better bugger off, because otherwise we're going to miss out on the last one. So thank you very much for your time, Kyle, and good luck in Glasgow on the green.
Thank you very much. I'm very excited, and you can buy me a beer. Cheers, pal.
Sounds like a plan. See you guys.
All right, so we are back. Thank you, Uncle Chop, for that amazing interview from the Hawthorn Pipe Band concert. I'm here with, you know, as always, our beautiful bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fooko, and you got some friends you want to introduce to the show. Yeah,
we got a special surprise for the big man himself, Biggie Rab. And,
Rabby the Pooh.
Rabby the Pooh. And Rab, we have something here for you.
Welcome back to the beer tent. It's Mike.
And Paul.
And Stu.
It's been a little while, but we're back.
Yes.
Kind of.
Sort of.
We're guesting on another podcast.
Yeah. At least for the short run. We've got something maybe coming out.
Don't spoil the big... So the big announcement is the beer tent is we're back open for business. I don't know what your guys' production schedule is like, but ours might be up before yours. I don't know. So this might be a bit of a bummer of announcement.
This will come out in about 6 months.
Oh, sweet. So
you're on the same timeline.
we used to be on the Grace Note rant schedule where we'd release one every 3 years, and now we're up to 6 months because we hired it. We hired a producer.
Yeah.
Grace Note Vortex, you mean?
It's been great. We've been hanging out this weekend here at the Flagstaff Games with you two, with the Chanter Rant boys, and it's been beer and Chanter Rant boys. Tent time.
Exactly.
So I have a question for you guys. Now that you're back into are you actually back in the podcasting game? First of all,
we've recorded one. We're gonna post it soon.
We're trying to figure out what it's gonna be.
Well, here's the big question. This is what's important to me is, since you guys got out of podcasting, 3 years ago, maybe?
What was our last show? It was like the 2000...
World's 2018 or 2017?
2016.
2016.
Oh, wow. Something like that, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't want to spoil the surprise,
but the FM
someone won the 2006 Worlds. You've been waiting for our show.
Was the pre-show?
Yeah,
that's right.
We never did
came back.
Yeah, never came back after that.
So I'm actually curious how your guys' lives have improved since you gave up this nonsense that is podcasting.
Improved. They're different. I've been bugging them for a while to get back together, and we actually did a video too.
Really? Uh-oh, like a YouTube thing?
So
You have a
yeah,
channel?
so we're when this is up, we'll post that. Not a whole lot of action, just us sitting behind the microphones, but we're just trying something.
I'm still not convinced that anybody wants to actually see us talk.
I'm looking right at you, and I don't want to see it. That's for sure.
We thought the same thing for years.
Right back at you.
We're always like
used to
what?
that. We're
Phil,
used
you
to
guys should live stream. It's like, why? You just want to watch us get drunk for an hour and a half and make dick jokes?
Well, that's kind of what we did on the podcast anyway.
You
So
guys did a lot of dick jokes?
no, he cut him out.
I think we'll do less dick jokes in the future. I don't know.
It was mostly Paul, I think. But
Yeah.
Paul is a walking dick joke. I love you, Paul.
I think I was usually the one who would flagrantly swear, though.
Yeah.
Well,
I do have a couple questions for you guys. One, why did you guys stop? Because it was such an odd way you just disappeared, essentially. Was there something that happened?
Who fucked whose wife?
I think it's more just life. I think
We all had kind of separate things that just kind of intervened life-wise, and things have kind of leveled out recently. So, I mean, we still, stayed in touch with each other, and
Still play in the band.
we still play in the band.
Well, two of you do.
Two does.
I retired.
yeah, but you're like the band mom now.
Yeah.
Sure.
That hair. You look like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to that story, Andy. You have no idea.
Yeah, there's more there. But yeah, I mean, we had some intervening life events, and now we're back, and we just enjoy spending time together. So why not record it? Yeah.
I also don't want to spoil the surprise. Like, it's going to be less pipe bandy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're doing a new show too. We're teasing it. We're not talking about it yet, but it's not pipe band at all. So
It's more historical.
more historical.
More
yes, absolutely.
historical.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna take some research. So if anybody wants to be a
so-
research intern,
yeah.
I think they're politely asking us to get the hell out of
What
the
would
way.
ours
We're
be?
standing
in the sun.
Like current events, maybe, or like hot topics?
We're just whatever the fuck we think about talking about.
Whatever has annoyed Paul that week, I think,
Yeah,
drives most of it.
I do get on a high horse occasionally.
Yeah.
That's what our show's all about. What annoys us. So
Yeah.
Very low horse.
It's mostly just us whinging for an hour and a half while we get shit faced.
right. Yeah.
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 So
Sounds like fun.
I'm in.
Welcome to Chanaran.
Review beer tents at Highland Games. Like you guys used to do review beers and stuff,
Ooh.
Let's just do a test run. Let's just see what it sounds like. So here's the concept. You guys are going to review this beer tent that just happened. Tell us about
we've
the
got
Flagstaff
more
tent.
beer tenting to go.
Okay,
Because I mean, we just finished competition, and then we're heading over for kitchen piping and a drum salute. And
Is Paul playing in the drum salute?
no, I'm doing a bass drum solo.
This should
It's
be
what people have
fascinating.
been waiting years for.
Oh my god! The best part about a bass drum solo is the end.
I'll take that.
Paul, what do you think of the choices they gave us here this weekend for beers?
The beer tent here at the Flagstaff Games. Well, I mean, it's all like the classic,
The Holy Trinity
It's the
was
Holy
there.
Trinity. They got Harp, they got Smittix, they've got Guinness. They did not have Bass. They had Kilt Lifter, which is like a local favorite, didn't they? Didn't I said that? I said that. And like
Apparently, on
and-
$7 a ticket, they think we make a lot more money as bagpipers than
Yeah.
we actually do.
Yeah, it was a little spendy this
You
year.
guys don't make a lot of money? Did I?
Do you?
Yeah, no, I make so much money as a bagpiper.
there-
As an
there-
ex-bagpiper.
there's
I make
a-
more money now as a piper, as an ex-piper.
Yeah.
You ever did as an actual piper?
Yeah.
yeah.
There
there's
was
that.
a local Flagstaff meadery that had a couple
Yeah,
meads.
Mike, I have some opinions on that.
Yeah. It was regrettable. I'm sure they're good guys, and I'm sure they're trying real hard. And mead's not really my thing, but it was kind of gross.
Well, that's honest opinion, and that's what we're all about here at the Channel. Honesty. So
But they mixed the mead with
Wow,
Guinness.
that's really different
Yeah,
from
they
most
made a,
broadcasts.
they made a like a scorpion with the mead and the Guinness, and I'm not a big fan of that
you actually
personally,
mixed
but
them?
No,
well, they like
did.
floated on top, like a half and half or a black Italian.
Yeah, I know. That
sounds
just
horrible.
does not sound good.
That sounds truly awful.
I may have to go try it.
Yeah.
It was super gross. You should try like 8 of them.
I think we've mostly just been drinking Guinness though, and really, what is there to say other than just perfection?
Yeah. How do you go wrong? I don't know why any games would ever choose not to serve Guinness at a base level of some sort, right?
Well, that was sort of our Holy Trinity like concept. Every game I've ever been to, they've served Harp, Smittix, and Guinness. Which makes sense, right? It's kind of the color of the rainbow. Harp is the very light beer that nobody likes. Smithwick's is the darker beer that less people like, and then there's Guinness. So
Right. Yeah. No, and I know I like it. What does Josh?
All the colors of the rainbow.
Right.
Do you
I'm
paint
very
with
colorful.
Do you paint with all the colors of the beer tent?
I absolutely do. Right into the toilet.
Right into the ground. we can cut off the. Well, that's the thing about the mixed mead. If you want to mix mead and Guinness, like you could cut out the middleman. Just pour it on the ground, dude.
Yeah.
it actually sounds like an improvement.
Yeah.
Much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might as well pour it on the ground instead of having to have me yak it back up for you, like a mama bird regurgitating for her young.
Oh boy. Been there, my friend.
Let's not forget why we're here. This is for Big Rab. Oh yeah. We love you, Big
I totally
boy.
forgot about that fucking guy.
I know,
Yeah. Rabby the Pooh.
We were talking when we were thinking about recording again, and just saying, like, it was kind of funny because when we started our pipe band podcast, it was just because we like to talk about pipe band, and we just got together and said, well, why don't we
anybody listen to it? The fourth download was a surprise.
It's okay, nobody did. It was me and Fusco and Rap, and that was it.
It was the three of us, and then you guys, but we were just really we were all saying that we're really glad, like how much Rab Show has taken off and how big a deal it is, and everybody's listening to it, and then you guys are doing really well and doing lots of shows, and it's so nice that even though we're not doing it regularly, there is like still something out there, something going well, that there's still some interest in this, that listeners still have a place to turn. So thank you guys for putting on your show, and thank you, Rab, for being just like the most legend ever.
Yeah. Class.
I mean, to be fair, you guys are like the grandfathers of bagpiping podcast, right? Because you started Rab in a way, right?
Not that great.
I am
Well,
not
no,
going to take,
Rab's first podcast was an audio response to one of our shows.
I am not going to take credit for Rab's success. I will say that when we started our podcast, I don't think there was another one. Since then, there's a few that have popped up, like you guys, which I think is super cool.
Well, and we only talk about bagpipes every fourth episode.
Right. But didn't Rab like start on your show doing like interviews across the pond for you?
He did.
Yeah.
He got some interviews with FM players.
He was the roving reporter because we obviously, it's a lot harder for us to travel to all the the Europeans, the worlds, all these things, and he would go and he'd like harass people and get interviews and then send us these amazing clip shows, which we would then just post and say, here's Rab. But the first time we got in touch with Rab, it was great. We'd put out like only a few episodes, not very many. And we got this email with a giant audio file attached to it. And he said, hey guys, I'm too lazy to type this all out. Just listen to it. And it was like a 35-minute response to our one show, and mostly it was just going like, oh, I love it, it's so great, and I mean, I can't imagine a more positive or a good response to something you put out there, to know that people, especially somebody on the other side of the world who enjoys it and relates to it. I mean, I thought it was great.
And for him to come from Piping Band Central in the British Isles, and to review us in Tucson, Arizona, in the middle of the desert, and say, "Love you guys." It's like, wow, that was really helpful.
I still remember what he said about your laugh, Stuart. He said how much he loved your laugh, and then he said, it just takes me to the fair.
And he also taught us a word. He taught us the word crack.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We didn't know that word before. He just kept saying it was such a good crack, and we were like, what the hell is he talking
Yeah,
about?
we had to Google it.
We had to learn that while we were there. When we were
learned
learning
that too,
that's when we learned about the crack and the sesh.
And the sesh. It's more or less the same thing, but so it's exciting to hear that you guys might be coming back in some form or another. I'm sure Rab will be all over it. He'll be sucking your dicks pretty quick. So, I mean, verbally and
Funny story.
Verbally, physically.
We can go from there.
I won't hold him to that.
I'll take the grandfather. I'll take the grandfather title. I just turned 60, so yay!
So did Fusco.
Yeah.
that's amazing. You look amazing.
Well, thank you. Fat is nature's Botox.
It's just getting tight, that's for sure. Oh my god.
Well, gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure seeing all of you. I can say that as
thank you
as
so
an
much
original
for
Beer
thinking
Tent
of us.
fan.
It was great to hook up the two shows together. All we need Rab here. So let's.
Did any of you guys want to take this opportunity
if
to say
you wanna-
cunt on
if
the
you wanna-
radio?
do
Because
you
you're not going to be able
guys
to do it on your show.
Do you have like a Patreon or something?
Oh, absolutely.
Cunt.
No, if you guys have a Patreon, here's my message. If you want to send the Channel Rant a nice donation. We'll maybe make a fund to buy Rab a plane ticket to Flagstaff for next year.
Ooh.
If we can get Rab here for Flagstaff next year, if you
Why don't we
kindly
just get Rab to Vegas, baby?
or Vegas, this would be that'd be, in April. That'd be a great game.
Get Rab to Vegas.
So wait, maybe we should start a Kickstarter or something.
Get Rab to Vegas. That's not a bad idea, actually.
Or he could just go back to selling heroin.
Or giving $5 hand jobs out on the corner. I don't know.
Wait, what does that translate to in pounds sterling? That's like $5 hand jobs, like a what, $3.50 hand, 3.5 pounds?
It's a lot. I don't know.
It's like a 30. It's like a 30p hand job.
Yeah.
I don't know this about Rab, so I'm gonna.
We're gonna have to respectfully decline.
If you're out there listening right now and you're a fan of the Beer Tent, check out their new stuff they have coming out, which may or may not be before this episode, depending on how fast Fusco edits it.
Either way, go look at it anyway.
Go check it out anyway. Go look at their backlog because there's some great stuff there. These guys are legends. And send us a quick email, channeran@gmail.com. Let us know how much you think Big Rab charges for a hand job.
We'd love to know. And if you've actually experienced the Rab hand job, we want to know about that as well.
Yeah. Send it in for Dirtbag Olympics 6.
Perfect. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us.
Cheers,
We're going to go
guys.
drink.
Right,
How about you?
Yeah, let's go get some beers. Listen to
let's
some
get
kitchen
back to the
piping.
beer tent.
Thanks for having us. It was fun to catch up.
Cheers.
Pardon me.
On the bass drum. Want to hear it again?
We got Stuart playing a bass solo here. Let's see what happens.
Well, after an incredibly riveting two-person kitchen piping contest. Fusco, what do you think of our competitors?
Our competitors in the kitchen piping contest? I haven't had enough beer, to be honest. I'm going to be political here. It was an interesting and exciting contest between two people, one a bass drummer and another a piper. It's I guess that's what we do out here. When they do.
I find the fact that it was very generous of them to award both first and second place prizes, especially considering there were only 2 entries.
I mean, that's how you do it out here. You win all the prize money because there's not enough people that come, so you just automatically win if you enter. Well, you have to have drummers, of course. We won nothing, but you just come out and play in Flagstaff, I guess, and you win money.
We won in the hearts and minds of our audience.
I think so. I think everybody felt bad for us, and in the end, isn't that really what matters? That people gravitate to for pity? I mean,
Yeah, we're just trying to get pity pussy here.
that's how I get most of my girlfriends. Pity. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, no,
They don't call him Andrew Pity Pussy Fusco for nothing.
pity the puss. I pity the puss.
I pity the puss that crushes this booze.
Yeah, so I guess that's the last major thing that happened here. We've had an exciting show, I think. I don't know what else we can insert. We didn't record anything, but did you go talk to the Plowboys about anything? Oh, okay. So I guess we should wrap this thing up, shouldn't we?
So you ready to edit that part out and we'll do the closing? Well, Fusco, I gotta say, it has been a fantastic, windy, and very dusty weekend here in Flagstaff, Arizona. Do you have any final thoughts?
I would, but I can't speak. So much dust in my mouth. It's better than semen, I suppose. But anyway, final thoughts. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here and go home and get back to air conditioning. How about you?
And sit on your couch and play Apex?
I'm fiending for video games. And, video games. We'll leave it at that.
Video games and a blowjob?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I'd say Flagstaff was an absolute record success over last year. I think that this is probably easily the best show we've ever done from Flagstaff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're moving up in the world, I think. We just keep plugging away. Eventually, you strike on a winner. Unfortunately, there were guests here that had some merit. Otherwise, we were fucking sitting here with our dicks in the wind.
I mean, I think we have merit as the co-hosts of the world's most popular bagpiping podcast.
I suppose that's true. I'll let you go with that one. That's fair. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in for this episode of Chain Rain Podcast. We will see you next time back from the comfort of my dining room. And Fusco, I say go ahead and play us out.